Guess what? Keeping with our theme of censorship, everybody would go to Snopes. Remember, they go to Snopes. Oh, Snopes is a fact-checking organization. Well, we revealed that they're not. They are a partisan bullshit Democratic outlet, and and they don't fact check. They don't fact check. They don't fact check. In fact, we debunked Snopes several times. We debunked them at our show in my garage. A pothead comedian debunked Snopes, and I always knew that they were a nefarious organization. Because anytime I shine my light on them, we found out they were lying or making shit up or not doing a fact check. Guess what? This is in BuzzFeed. The co-founder of Snopes wrote dozens of plagiarized articles for Snopes fact-checking site.
Dude, I was just going to ask, like, can you get through that headline without laughing?
It's just...
Because, I mean, as soon as you put it up there, I just started... I mean, I've seen that headline a handful of times now. I start laughing every time. It's not, I mean, even satirical headlines don't always elicit that reaction. But this is really freaking funny.
People like Facebook would use Snopes as an authoritative outlet. So what happened? The co-founder of Snopes wrote dozens of plagiarized articles for the fact-checking site. David Mickelson, the co-founder of the fact-checking website Snopes, has long presented himself as the arbiter of truth online, a bulwark against fake news. But which is actually fake news itself. David Mickelson is not a fact-checker. He's a plagiarist. He has been lying to Snopes' tens of millions of readers. An investigation has found that Mickelson wrote and published dozens of articles containing plagiarized materials. What's that phrase? You point the finger at someone else and you have three fingers pointing back at you. Silent sinners scream the loudest. My point is, we've been here before, haven't we? This. So the guy, again, this is the guy, the self-appointed fact checker. Turns out he's a big plagiarizer liar, piece of shit, and a partisan. After inquiries from BuzzFeed News, Snopes conducted an internal review and confirmed that under a pseudonym, the Snopes byline, and his own name, Mickelson wrote and published 54 articles with plagiarized material. It's nice that Snopes conducted an internal review. That's nice to know that when there's an issue, Snopes has the same protocol that the cops have. They're going to investigate themselves. Isn't that nice? Founded in 1995 by Mickelson and his then-wife, Barbara Hamill, Snopes bills itself as the Internet's definitive fact-checking site and is a two-time Webby Award winner cited by the likes of the New York Times and the Washington Post. It served as one of Facebook's fact-checking partners between 2016 and 2019.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, who decided to give those people those awards? It's the same people who gave Andrew Cuomo an Emmy, just so you know. Same class of people. Between 2015 and 2019, Mickelson regularly plagiarized reporting from other news outlets in an effort, he said, to scoop up traffic. Mickelson would write under the name Jeff Zeranandia, with a bio detailing Zeranandia's Pulitzer Prize and skill at mule skinning, writing on topics like Donald Trump's financial woes and false rumors about Hillary Clinton. In an explanation about the website's practices, Snopes informs readers that it follows all industry guidelines for transparency and reporting, adding, "We think being transparent with readers is the coolest, but the fact that Zeranandia was in fact Mickelson was not disclosed anywhere on the site." Wow, we think being transparent is the coolest, but we think making more money is even cooler. Word up, kids. Snopes VP of editorial suspended Mickelson from editorial duties pending a comprehensive internal investigation. He remains an officer and a 50% shareholder of the company. And also, a rumor has it he just changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol. In emails, Mickelson told staff to pop over to one of our competitor sites, pick up something recently published that we haven't covered, and rewrite it just enough to avoid copyright infringement. Boy, that's solid leadership, at a fact-checking organization, Boxer Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, dead at 74. Muhammad Ali, the silver-tongued boxer and civil rights champion who famously proclaimed himself the greatest and then spent a lifetime living up to its billing, is dead. That's by David Mickelson. But turns out, if you read over here, Muhammad Ali, the silver-tongued boxer and civil rights champion who famously proclaimed the greatest and spent a lifetime living up to the billing, is dead. So that was originally at NBC News by John Shoup, and then they just reprinted it. At Snopes, they just did a little plagiarizing. Not a big deal. It's a little nothing to see here. A little plagiarizing. Did Pelosi decry Trump's police tactics while funding them? Remember this? It said, so did Pelosi, so remember when Trump was sending in the feds to like Portland and stuff like that to protect the federal buildings? And well, we pointed out that Nancy Pelosi, while she was screaming about Donald Trump doing that, was funding Donald Trump to do that, which is a fact. So Snopes took a look at that, right, at our report, and they called it a mixture. Huh. They said it was a mixture. That's Snopes. Also, why the hell did Democrats just extend the Patriot Act? This is from the New Republic. House leadership included the measure in a government funding bill, and even members of the Congressional Progressive Caucus went along with it. Well, the U.S. Patriot Act 2001 voting record. Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, she voted for it. There you go. Snopes is trying to discredit a report I did. This should get rid of any notion that Snopes is some kind of fact-checking organization. They are Democrat apologists and propagandists. Author of the article will not come on my show to defend it. Of course. You're a fact-checker, and you won't come on someone's show to defend your fact-checking? So that was the story we did. That was the story we did about Nancy Pelosi's funding them. She does. She's the head of the House. They fund the Homeland Security. She's the power of the purse rests in the House. And that's what we pointed out. And Snopes says, it's half true, half false. Half true, half false. So that's when I wish I had a date on this tweet. Here it is. There's a date on it. July 30th. So that's July 30th. What is that? 2020. So Snopes should stick to urban myths like, did someone really wake up in a tub of ice with their kidney removed after a night of drinking with an exotic Eastern European? Stay out of politics, because when Snopes talks politics, they are straight up manufacturing consent. And then I tagged the woman who wrote the bullshit article that's saying that we got it wrong. We did not get it wrong. And the fact that I know we got it right, she wouldn't come on our show to defend it. What? You're a nobody trying to make a name for yourself in journalism, and you won't come on a huge platform to defend your work or even talk about it. That's because you know they're liars. She knew she was lying. Snopes is a plagiarizing organization that has absolutely no integrity or ethics. And that's why you shouldn't have censorship on Facebook, Twitter, or anywhere else, because you're going to be relying on pieces of shit like Snopes and the Atlantic Council and Silicon Valley. That's who's going to be doing this. That's why you can't have censorship of anyone at any time, no matter how many mean things they say about you, no matter how hard they hurt your feelings, and you grew up with your feelings being hurt, so now I want someone else to be censored for hurting my feelings. So there you go. There's Snopes. Just for the record, the tub of ice kidney story turned out to be a mixture. Anything else you'd like to add to this Snopes story, Ron?
Wow. It was I mean, I was not terribly shocked when I saw it, but still, like, again, I mean, I just started laughing. And yeah, I mean, it was sort of like, wow, are you kidding me? But then this is so not surprising all at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes. It's laughable and not surprising at the same time. Yes, I couldn't get through the headline without laughing. I couldn't get through it.
It's like really
It's
funny
so hilarious
when you read that headline.
And of course, this show was out in front on debunking and exposing Snopes as being a bullshit fucking fact-checking organization. I remember Rachel Maddow about 5 or 6 years ago did an entire segment on factcheck.org being bullshit. Saying just because you put fact check in your name doesn't mean you're fact check. And I forget what the story was, but she was right about that at that time. So these people who could call themselves fact check, they're not, journalists are supposed to be doing fact checking as part of their thing. So you shouldn't, CNN shouldn't have to team up with an outside organization. The Jimmy Dore Show is coming to a city near you August 28th. We're in Las Vegas at the Plaza, and we just added another show in Portland. We're there in Portland on September 10th and 11th. October 3rd, we're at Harlow's in Sacramento. More dates being added. Go to jimmydoorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets. See you at a live show.